All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Ready, 50, plant. 49. Here we go.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he gets this. Just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That's good for the Giants.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. And Walker has it. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up on Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. Biggest game of Barkley's rookie year on the ground came against these Redskins. Week 14 a season ago, 14 carries, 170 yards. Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Ready, break.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
Get it.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
16 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Redskins nothing.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
50 seconds to Mike. Here we go, here we go. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. All day, baby, all day.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dexter Lawrence. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
30 base.
Watch the pass.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, Barkley down right around the 25. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now Jones on 3rd down. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Remember with Rosas, there was some speculation last year.
Season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Geis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Rolling to his right. He'll run it. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. On the draw, they go to Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Jones throwing on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, Barkley. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, Orbit.
Here's Jones from the gun on third down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Get it.
Saquon Barkley running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
At the 29-yard line.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Get in the weight room.
Shoot.
From the 29, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Rosas has pushed it to the right. It's no good. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A toss out to Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, zoom. Ready?
On third down, Jones. And Tate's got it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Barkley. And an alley to run. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Hey, Delta. Let's hit it.
Throwing Jones. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And that's complete. It's Sims. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And Jackson throwing once more. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ready, ready! 18 Gator. Get it.
They'll go to Barkley again. Gets around him. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Eluding the pressure right. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Jackson looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Now Jackson on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Let's get off the field. Let's get
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Boy, sir, another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Barkley, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Down. 90 Wolf.
49. Here we go. Here we go.
Cut up.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And that's caught inside the 30. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Giants, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.